Germany's neighbors are furious over Angela Merkel's decision to approve a Russian gas line which could strengthen Russian President Vladimir Putin's grip on the European Union. On Tuesday, Berlin quietly gave the go-ahead for a new Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline under the Baltic Sea which could increase Europe's dependence on Russian gas in a decision branded a big victory for the Kremlin. The controversial pipeline could allow up to 55 billion cubic meters of Russian natural gas to flow to Western Europe per year after the proposal was approved by the mining authority Stralsund, the Federal Maritime and Hydrographic Agency, BSH. The construction of the 1,200-kilometer pipeline by the Gazprom subsidiary Nord Stream 2 is set to begin this spring, with completion scheduled for the end of next year. But Poland, the Baltic states and Ukraine are furious that Germany is pushing for the plans over fears the EU will become increasingly dependent on Russian gas supplies. Neighboring countries are concerned they could lose billions in the wake of a threat to the abolition of transit fees if existing pipelines were used less in their countries. The plans have also sparked internal dispute within the country. Robert Habeck, a German writer and leader of the Greens, called on the federal government to halt the plans to build the gas pipeline last week, highlighting Russia's foreign policy role, such as in the conflict with Ukraine and in the Syrian civil war. Mr. Habeck also rejected the plans from an environmental point of view and said the federal government could still allow the EU Commission to stop its construction. He said, "The capacities are already more than sufficient, and if we want to be serious about the energy turnaround, then we do not need this pipeline, and its route leads through protected areas with strictly protected habitats." According to environmental NGO NABU marine protection expert Kim Detloff, who is set to take action against the Baltic Sea pipeline, but a spokesman for Nord Stream 2 maintains the pipeline could be built in an environmentally sound manner. Its critics say the pipeline, which will focus 80% of Russian gas sales to the EU on the German route, will aid the Kremlin in blackmailing other EU states with supply cuts and will mock the international sanctions imposed over Russia's aggression in the UK and in Ukraine. Gunnar Hökmark, head of the Swedish EP delegation in the European Parliament, said, it would uproot the architecture of the European gas markets and increase the dominance of state-controlled Gazprom to the detriment of competition, security of supply and market reforms. In a defining time for the European Energy Union, British Conservative MP Bob Seeley said, the decision is a big victory for the Kremlin, which helps to increase EU energy dependency on Russia and make Ukraine more vulnerable.